So, whew, now that I got that off my chest, honey, because it's been weighing on my double A's. Now you got to ask me,
Girl,
child.
what happened? What?
Jerry Mouse is back in the news for grooming a 15-year-old boy while streaming. Now, for those of you who don't know who Jerry Mouse is, it's 1000% DJ
A
Akademiks.
loaded baked potato.
Oh,
The
Lord.
loaded baked potato
Just
is talking again.
Just look a mess.
I can't
Just look
stand
a
him.
mess.
Can't stand
I've
him.
never in my life come across a person who actually looks like a rainforest meerkat. Now, given, his reputation, I'm not gonna say that we didn't see this coming. I feel like this was right up his alley. So he was on a live stream with a 15-year-old child. They were talking about their first sexual encounters and how a lot of popular, rappers or celebrities have their first sexual encounter with an older woman.
With a child.
See, the weird thing is, it don't even matter that it's a child. You lame for talking about it at all. You lame for talking about it at all, because this is part of the problem with sexual assault and misogyny in this country. They think that it's a high five moment when little boys are taken advantage of by older women. And so the boy handled the situation, as best he could, verbalizing that he felt uncomfortable and asking him to discontinue this type of conversation. But check out what weirdo Jerry had to say.
If Max said he wanted to try, gonna do it, will you let him you?
No.
Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
What a weirdo.
Oh, it just put him in jail.
Please.
Ain't he supposed to be in jail anyway? I'm so confused how this man still got a mic. How does this one still have a mic? He did wild and horrible things to women. Why is he even able to talk to kids? He shouldn't even be able to talk to kids. He shouldn't be able to be around women. He shouldn't even be able to do anything. Put him under the jail. I'm so confused how he still has a platform. And you know what? I'm not confused, because y'all entertain stupidity. Y'all love, I'm sorry, I don't mean to attack the viewers. Look, send it to the people who need to know.
But that's
okay, send it to the people who need to know. But y'all love ignorance. Literally ignorance. This is exactly how, no shade to Shamar, but this is exactly how Shamar got famous. This is exactly how Miss Netta and Charles got famous. Y'all love ridiculousness. Y'all set it on this pedestal and make the wrong people famous. Like it blow, even the something about you, girl. Like, what is this? Y'all made him famous. Why y'all making him famous?
He was dropping singles back to back. He said, I'm gonna win regardless of what y'all do to me. He said he's got a vendetta against the general public at this point, because, sir, you're harassing us with your content. Pack it up. Pack it up.
He should do jail time for that.
So I don't understand.
He should do jail time for that.
He definitely should. But I think the main reason why a lot of this is allowed to go on is because not just that people entertain ignorance, but because, as I mentioned, like there is a clear double standard as it relates to sex and sexual relations with, between men and women. So it's cute and funny and it's cool to talk about this stuff. But I can vividly remember having conversations with older family members. We don't kiss and tell and all of these things about how sex was this big bad wolf and we needed to stay far, far away. However, little boys are raised, right, to conquer as many as possible, and because that's what makes you a man, is getting girls, right? So I think that this, not only does he have a platform because his followers amplify his, foolishness, but he has a platform because that's what society has allowed for hundreds of years.
That's so unfortunate. And it's so unfortunate because then you start to raise men, and we kind of see like the trickle effect of that, where they just don't respect women. Like they only can see us as we give our body. Like, I want to have sex with you. You are pursuing this woman because you want to have sex with her. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody, but we're not going to say that's not a part of it either. We'd be dumb to say that. But a lot of men just go on a goose chase for women because it's all about the number. And then being young and having sex with older women also is glorified. It's like, oh, you was able to bag somebody older, but she's still a predator. She still should register as a sex offender. This is still not right. And I think we got to change the way we look at things in society and honestly treat the boys how we treat the girls.
Absolutely.
Like, save your body. Don't give it away. You know what I'm saying? Vet the people that you're actually sleeping with. Form a relationship or try to understand them, get to know them. It's unfortunate that like dudes can be hoes and it be like glorified, but a woman being a hoe is like, she dirty, she trifling, she don't have no standards, she whatever. Like, I don't know. I just can't stand it.
Girl, these folks, you know what, they hate women. And so that's really what that is. And to your point, you know, like it's glorified for them to do things like that. And a lot of them have not been able to see women as valuable outside of the labor that they're able to provide to the benefit of the man. And I challenge you, everyone watching or listening, I challenge you, the man that you are dating, tell him, I will no longer cook or clean. And watch how he act. Watch how he act, because a lot of these men want a servant or a slave. They don't want a partner. They don't need your intellect. They don't need your business savvy. They don't need nothing from you. And hey, let me just tell you right here on this podcast, because y'all tried to be funny and put my clips together how I wasn't gonna never have kids. But I got another sound bite for you, Walt. So go ahead and make sure it's primed up and ready to go. I got another sound bite for you. My goal in life as far as relationships is never to wait on, to cook for, or to clean up after a man and his kids. I don't care who made the kids. The only way I'm doing it is if we can afford to pay somebody else to do it. Okay?
Oh, Lord,
now time
Jesus,
stamp that.
Jerrilyn.
Time stamp that.
Let Jerrilyn have that. You can have that.
I won't do it. I won't do it because that'll be your whole role. You see so many women on TikTok and other social media platforms complaining about how they're doing the majority of the housework or home responsibilities, keeping up with the kids' grades, and community involvement, kid activities, all these things. You see this every day.
I see it,
The dudes
but
don't
I have
even
to
be
play
knowing the
devil's
kids' teaching
advocate.
aids.
I do see it, but I have to play devil's advocate because a lot of them are not using their voice. They talking to us about it and they not doing anything about it. Now, granted, if it don't get done, then I totally agree. Oh, stop doing it altogether. But if you, okay, we want to talk about the partner that we're pursuing, right? Like, let's pray that this person had something other than good dick to give you. Like, that you actually able to communicate with the person you're in a relationship with. Because if you cannot, then yeah, having difficult conversations with them will be hard because you never talk to them about anything difficult. You never voice how you really feel. You let so much stuff slide that now you're at a point where you just doing it out of obligation instead of just being real. Like, I would never get in a relationship with somebody and not tell them exactly how I feel when it comes to cleaning up after them, being a servant, being a slave. I'm going to be 100% vocal. But the issue comes is because you was hoping that this person would eventually change without actually having a conversation, without actually having to say anything. And if it's not naturally in their like everyday chemical makeup to do certain stuff, then they just not going to know. I just don't believe in not saying anything. And then if I do say something and you still do not do it, then you're cut off completely. Like, I'm really just not even playing. But I do believe that some of this getting fed up could have been a conversation and things could have changed early on until you get to the point where you completely lose yourself. You are just mom, you're just wife, you're just, you know what I mean? Now you have completely surrendered your entire being without even stepping up or standing up for yourself. And I think that that has to change.
I also think that we are blessed enough to have not ended up in a situation where we are married with children to a person who don't want to do nothing, because I don't think it's just because women are sitting at the house and not saying anything. I think that they've said things, and maybe they were gifted a car in exchange, or maybe they got some extra money in exchange, or maybe he started doing better for a couple of weeks in exchange. And because I'm willing to, I don't necessarily call it playing devil's advocate, but I'm willing to see both perspectives. Where you sit in a relationship with somebody and they all peaches and cream, everything is perfect in the beginning because they're showing you this representative, and after 3 to 4 months, that's not who they are anymore. Now, ladies, I know y'all be stressed and y'all be feeling some type of way, but unfortunately, you cannot give the children back. So now you're in a situation where you got to make an executive decision. And this brings me to my next point. Stop giving these men coochie. Like, I keep trying to say
kids.
y'all.
Okay, yes, I agree.
But also that too. Also that too. Because
Agreed.
listen, the state of this country, listen, if you are in America, your reproductive rights are on the chopping block. You may or may not be able to exercise your right to terminate a pregnancy if that's what you feel like you need to do. Not even just that, okay? Birth control is on the chopping block. The implant, the pill. Okay, so it's not like it's not safe no more.
It's not,
even,
and
you don't
and
even
if I
have a
could just
backup plan should you need one.
interject real quick, because it's not just about abortions, ladies. This is like, if you can't even go full term, you're still in jeopardy. Like, literally, Jerrilyn, make a valid point. Stop doing it until the country get back organized. Just stop having sex. Because even it's for real, I'm telling you, I've heard too many stories. Ooh, I don't want to laugh right there. I'm sorry, please. Like, whoa.
Well, no, it's a fun, it's the lighthearted spin.
But what I'm about to say is kind of like, I've heard so many stories about women not going full term. They're not going full term. The baby is stuck. They need to terminate it and they can't, and they just die. Like, so, like, seriously, like, stop giving them coochie. I agree. I definitely
Absolutely, because then you end up in a situation where now you trying to think about the kids and he was this in the beginning, and like, honey, I ain't never met a man I liked enough to give him a baby, and I doubt I ever will. So the way y'all be acting out here, and Donald Trump is signing executive orders left and right, next thing you know, infamy are gonna be through the roof. You ain't gonna even have nothing to feature, baby. It's already hard. It's already hard.
No, I'm telling
you. Ladies, I'm telling y'all, just please practice all the precautions that you can. I do understand that birth control fails at times. I know that sometimes people do have ectopic pregnancies, or for some reason that the pregnancy does not go to full term. But like, now it's just not the time to be giving somebody a baby, just at all. I don't care if you really love them. Like, it's just not a good time. It's not. They could be a perfect person. Now it's not a good time to be trying to have a kid in this country. Between health care, child care, and women's reproductive care, you better do something else. Read a book, start a puzzle, join a knitting club, pick up a new hobby.
Figure it out, y'all. Like, for real. No, seriously, a book club or something. It's just like, it just seems like, and I hate to always make this a race thing, but it is. Black women are the most targeted in this situation. Like, we really got to be careful. And even having like pregnancy, it is the closest you're going to get to death. Like, when you're having a baby or pushing out a baby, and y'all know I want kids. I do want children now. The time is ticking. Okay. And now I got to wait 4 years. So I don't know. I might got to adopt one instead. But either way, Jerrilyn over there hating.
Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
What a weirdo.
Oh, why is he even able to talk to kids?
See, the weird thing is, it don't even matter that it's a child. You lame for talking about it at all.
It just put him in jail.
Please.
Y'all love ridiculousness. Y'all set it on this pedestal and make the wrong people famous. How does this one still have a mic?
Girl, these folks, you know what? They hate women. Not only does he have a platform because his followers amplify his, foolishness, But he has a platform because that's what society has allowed for hundreds of years. Because a lot of these men want a servant or a slave. They don't want a partner.
I just can't stand it. But a lot of men just go on a goose chase for women because it's all about the number. And like you having sex with older women also is glorified. It's like, oh, you was able to bag somebody older, da 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 da. But she's still a predator. He shouldn't even be able to talk to kids. He shouldn't be able to be around women. He shouldn't even be able to do anything. Put him under the jail.
Because, sir, you're harassing us with your content. Pack it up.
Pack it up.
This is part of the problem with sexual assault and misogyny in this country. They think that it's a high five moment when little boys are taken advantage of by older women.